My name is Daniel Lawrence Jackson. I am originally from Chicago, Illinois. I have been with the North Collier Fire Control and Rescue District since 2015. I'm a lieutenant. Before I was a firefighter, I went to Morton High School, Berwyn, Illinois. Gotta love Berwyn, just outside of Chicago. Played football and baseball. Obviously I was great at both, but I had to make a choice. The obvious choice was baseball, and wound up going to Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton, Florida, which is where the Chicago, Florida thing happened. So I came down to FAU, continued to play baseball and sustained schooling while maintaining eligibility, and wound up getting, I started, gaining speed with baseball and started getting really good. And I was an All-American at FAU. I actually got Male Athlete of the Year in 2000. Pretty proud of that honor. And went on to play professionally for about 8 or 9 years after that. I played with the Oakland A's, I played with the Toronto Blue Jays and the Anaheim Angels. All minor league, bounced around here and there. I got to go up to Anaheim actually and I was up there with the big league club for 3 days, and I didn't throw one pitch. I didn't get in the game at all, and I was out of there, and that was the closest I ever got to the big leagues. But it was a great ride, and then it was over, and then it was like, okay, now what? Decided to get a bartending job. I worked probably 85% of the bars in Naples I've worked at one point or another. Probably served you a drink. Hopefully I did it well. That kind of ran its course, and then the panic button starts coming off, like, oh my God, what am I going to do in my life? And luckily I met a fireman from North Naples. He used to come into his said establishment with his wife, and they frequented the place quite a bit, and he just kept pushing it. He was like, man, you'd be great at this. You really need to do it. Are you sure, you want to do it? And he helped me, and he really pushed me because I was kind of hesitant. I was doing very well. Ryan Page, I owe this whole thing to, he was a captain at the time. He just recently retired as a battalion chief. Love this job. It's a great job. Great people. It's very much I grew up, everything I did was sports. It was from the time I can remember, it was team oriented things. That's kind of where it fits in for me, and I love coming to work every single day. I thank God, Ryan Page, he saved my life. I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him right now. I actually wound up leaving the bartending job full time, and I was going to the fire academy Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and then I was in EMT school Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So I went from working a full-time job to not working at all, and I was full on school 7 days a week. I got done in about a year. I jumped right into paramedic school, knowing nothing about anything medically. I knew the anatomy of a shoulder and an elbow. I was a pitcher. Other than that, it was okay. But right after paramedic school, North Naples, fire department was hiring, and lucky for me, I got my papers in order, got in there, got interviewed, and got hired 15. I was a firefighter. As soon as I was able to take the engineer's test, I took the engineer's test, got that promotion about as quickly as possible. And then after that, it was, get into the officer side of it. So I started taking all those classes, and my God, I studied harder here than I ever did in college. Literally. Took the officer's exam, got myself in a good position there, and then when those promotions came around, I got that. So that's where I'm sitting now as a lieutenant. I love it. I am on the dive team. I love diving. I love the Bahamas, and I love the East Coast. Even diving over here, I dive a lot. I'm also on the TRT team, technical rescue, and that covers a variety of things. We do rope rescue, we do trench, we do heavy vehicle and machinery recovery. There's a whole array of different things we do there, and I love that. I really do. And that was the first team I got on here. I think the leadership, I really looked up to the people that were kind of at the head of that. And seeing what they were doing. I'm watching people hang off buildings like, oh man, I want to do that. That looks cool. So that kind of got me into that. And it really is very technical, very like, specific, situational type rescues. But man, what it encompasses is just, it's fascinating. I never thought I would be able to do some of the things that I actually can do. It's pretty cool. I actually have a outside business with my best friend, business partner, Giovanni Campobasso, Captain Gio, Collier CPR. This is what we do. We save lives here, so we thought that we would, try and extend that and take that out to the public. So on top of saving lives here, we teach people how to save lives outside. We do a lot of healthcare providers, nurses, doctors in the area, and we also teach lay people, CPR, which is great. So I'm glad that North Collier Fire chose me. This is definitely the department that I wanted to work for. I've lived in Naples for over 10 years now, so to work in the city that you live in, it's a little special. Plus the history, great history of the department. It just is. It's one of the best departments, in my opinion, in the state, and I absolutely love it.